Hey now. Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. Hey now.
Sorry. Fuck, I gotta fix that. Sorry for the confusion, ladies and gentlemen. My multi-stream service is currently shitting the bed. At the very least, it doesn't work on YouTube. And I know YouTube is where most of the viewers of these streams come from, so I had to restart it with just YouTube. Because if I do it on Twitch, there'll be almost no one watching. Excuse me. Anyways, hope you're all having a good weekend so far. Probably better than some of these people are. I know I don't usually watch Wing stuff, but, well, we got some time to kill. We'll be getting to Cobra with Ozzy and DSP and the Otaku with Hogan. But I wanted to start with this first. What an image.
My nieces are hoodlums. I have one niece that absolutely loves limos.
Hello, everybody.
What noise is that? What is he playing?
Man.
Everyone
wants
wants
to play?
matching colors anyways. Not match oh, he's playing COD. Of course he
No,
is.
I'm not going to throw controllers. It takes a series of unfortunate events for that to happen.
Again.
Surprised the F2000 hasn't made its way into this game yet. Oh, man. Of course, DSP can still do Hogan pulls. Like what you understand is like Hogan pulls are just going to be more legendary. They're going to have like Hogan like anniversary cards or Hogan legacy cards and like shit that's going to be like very limited runs. So DSP's going to have to like really step his fucking streaming game up in the next couple weeks because you know WWE Champions is going to have something like that quickly. They got motherfucking the finest people in China right now working on it. What's up, Charles?
Okay.
Dude, I don't got no. I just
he's
got
not
out of bed.
wrong.
I didn't sleep good.
Freaking even. I'm surprised. Like I reported this. I posted about it and tagged some people. I'm kind of surprised it didn't get more traction. But fucking Dave Meltzer decided to take advantage of Hogan's death and is now selling the Observer at a discount. Like I got an email basically saying like, oh, we're covering the crazy, or like the horror. It's a story of Hogan dying, and then they're saying, oh, that was the perfect time to rejoin because I was a subscriber when they lowered it to like $5 a month or even less than that. It was an insane discount for like the holidays, so I subscribed. And then I canceled right after the promotion rate went away. But I'm still like on there, you never, unless you specifically say like go away or unsubscribe, they'll keep bothering you. And I just never did because it didn't bug me much. It's been bugging me more. And I got the email saying like, hey, perfect time to resubscribe. And then I went to their website and they're also running like a 50% off deal for new subscribers. So they're totally trying to take advantage of Hogan's death to enhance their business, which I think is just a tad scummy.
I don't got Hogan promos in me, man. Nah,
Whoa.
I'm good. Just get up, just chilling. I
I
wish I had
hate
more
this
people to play
map.
this game
skate
with.
park map sucks.
I knew I was coming. This is the way the map spawns. I was in no man's land. Oh. I'd love to play Battlefield 5, Charles, but like it's one of those games that people just ruin. It's one of those games people just ruin.
What?
Hold up.
Hold up. Bro, you may want to back out of the game.
I gotta go, boys. Somebody just rear-ended Kelly in the Camaro. So it's probably totaled.
Welcome, Demeter.
So I gotta go to her. I'm sorry for the short stream.
A few hours later.
Hello, everybody. Is Kelly okay? Her back's sore. She got a little case of the whiplash.
A little case.
Might as well talk about this before we get into this. By the way, if anybody wants to play, I'm gonna need your Activision names.
But
so
that shocks me. The idea that he's gonna just play with random people. I mean, given who it is.
So what I understand is Kelly was sitting in traffic on Highway 17, and it was not like at a stoplight or anything like that, but like stop and go traffic, you know. And how can I say this without it making Taylor happy?
Huh?
What?
An illegal alien was borrowing his friend's truck, hit a Buick Enclave going 60 miles an hour, pushing the Buick Enclave into my wife's car, which is our 2018 Camaro. And then the guy who didn't have a license, who was borrowing his friend's car, drove away.
Now, I don't really know why them allegedly being an illegal alien is relevant to the story. Why not just say a car? I mean, obviously, get into more, like, just say the whole thing, but you don't need to have that weird preamble about it being an illegal alien. I mean, how is that relevant? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're an illegal alien or whatever. There are just assholes who will do hit and runs.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And they found the car abandoned a few miles up, and they haven't found him. The car had insurance. The car had insurance, but the insurance is terrible. The insurance is Trexia or some shit like that. It's like one of those fly-by-night, you know, put in $5, you can party insurances. And it's like, it's got a 1-star on Yelp from like 200 fucking different people. Like it's literally, it's got 200, I'm saying it's less than 200. It's like 160 or something like that. But like, it's got 1.2 overall stars. Like everybody 1 stars this company, and they drag their feet and shit like that. So, and the simple fact that there was another car involved that got, like, my wife happens to be the in car. Like, the Buick got hit the most because he got hit in the back and it got pushed into the back of my wife's car. So there's a good chance I'm going to have to eat this one on insurance. So what's the plan now, Pimpin'? Well, we filed a claim with the insurance company that was on record with the police. Like, that's how we got the insurance information. Like, they found the car, but they haven't found him yet. Well, they haven't told us they found him yet. But the car, they found the car through the VIN. They looked it up and they had insurance. So they gave us insurance. They gave us the insurance report. So we called and made an insurance claim against the car. But we don't know who the driver was.
Oh, that helps.
But all we knew who is the owner of the car on registration.
Boring.
So like we did that. Who knows how long that's going to take? Like I got a feeling that we're going to get dicked around for a month before it even goes into the body shop, and then you probably got another month of it in the body shop. If it's not totaled, right? Like there could be a complete total.
Didn't he see the car?
If it's totaled, I don't know what we're gonna do. Like I said, it's paid for. Like we'll get it. We'll get. I don't know. I think the car's worth retail about $20,000 right now. So we'd get 20, and we'd probably take that and put it towards whatever car we're going to go to next.
I saw the pictures. I mean, not like close up. I didn't look
I don't
total.
know. I hate the whole thing. Like we were going over it in the car, how many accidents she's gotten into since we've been married, which we're going on 6 years of marriage.
How many accidents?
She's wrecked the Camry. She hit a deer with a Camry. She had somebody back into her in the Camry. She had somebody back into her in the Ford Focus.
4.
She tore up the Impala by
5.
one of those like stationary wires on light poles. She had Mr. Mooney rear ender
6.
in the Explorer and totaled it out. She's had this F-150 hitter in the Camaro.
7.
We don't know if that's totaled out or not. What else did she have?
What else? That's 7, pimp.
There's one more. I forgot which one it is. But yeah, she's a bumper car queen. So I've got a lot of experience with insurance at this point.
8. God damn.
Oh, that's just counting what I've done. Like she rear-ended 2 people with her Equinox, and then she flipped trying to hit a turtle in her Monte Carlo.
Wait. Repeat that, please.
Equinox, and then she flipped trying to hit a turtle in her Monte Carlo.
Trying to hit a turtle. Look, I'll give Kelly the benefit of the doubt. I'm pretty sure he misspoke that.
She's working on 10 accidents.
I think he was trying to avoid the turtle.
Am I getting Battlefield 6? 100% I'm getting Battlefield 6. The issue is, like, can I play Battlefield 6 online? That's the issue. Poop. Heard Kim Jong-un imports Coca-Cola just for himself so he can sit on his balcony and watch his peasants while he drinks it.
Gotta go. Yeah, he's asking if you.
What?
What is he at?
Okay, one more time.
What is he at?
That scared the fuck out of me. I thought he, in my heart of hearts, I thought he was in the back. I would have bet my house he was to the right of me. Scared the dog shit out of me. Holy moly.
Apparently.
Oh, headshot me. Okay.
Weight loss is going great with that big old soda.
Oh, he's in the big tower. Dude.
Thank you for I found you.
I hate this game. What's up, Rich?
Wow. He got me.
Look, you get out of these spawn and you get shit on. Isn't that crazy?
Get ready for the next round.
What even is that?
You think
What
that's
restaurant is
the
that
reason I
from?
got shit on?
Yeah, he's looking good. Welcome, Samurai.
You really think that's the reason I got shit on?
Spawn, you get shit on.
Okay.
Money, dude.
Eliminate them.
They haven't spawned, you get shit on.
Floundering. Deliver the
Yeah, welcome, Dasher. Ooh. Oh, he's got the what is it called? Squid Game skin.
Get the fuck back in your butt. Get the fuck to the butt.
lexicon.
This guy's getting aggressive.
Motherfucker. Shut up. Shut up. Look at you.
You know you're gonna lose, right?
Why are you losing?
Is he playing
We're
on
not
PC,
losing.
or can you
They
get
started
back
feeling themselves
all
when
that
I was giving them
console
rounds.
information, or all that network information on console?
I was making stupid choices.
Fatness in your neck, bro. Shut your fat.
Yeah. I hear the poorness in yours, bud. Go get you a title loan.
I'd rather be poor than fat. You know, if you can change fat fatness. You
Oh,
Oh, Carl Jr.'s. Okay.
I can lose weight fast and he get out that fucking Title Max loan. Oh, here we go. They're trying to say my wife is getting in wrecks to get
Don't
money.
Don't address it.
Yeah.
Don't address it. Don't address it.
Get into Rex to get a loan.
It's Coca-Cola.
Of course. And that does
Say,
much
like, buy
better, but it
accounts or
Coke's
something, but,
zero.
like the link
What's
to the
up?
account doesn't really matter too much.
Playing Call of Duty. No. People are always asking about, is Kelly okay? Is Kelly okay?
Well, you don't have much that happens in your life, so when things happen.
Oh! Well, let's see that one more time.
Well, you don't have much that happens in your life, so when things happen, Elsa's not okay.
You don't have much that happens in your life. Oh.
That's sad.
Yo, bitches.
Boy, Kelly's doing great. Oh, well, hopefully we can get some laughs here, Dasher.
I can't take this shit.
Classified.
I gotta eat something with this.
What is that even?
No, I'm back on my Effexor.
Isn't that Lexapro?
Oh,
Yeah,
Keem said you
exactly,
didn't
Sammer.
need that.
I threw a control the other day. It's like I got
Dog.
I got in my emotions too much. Like fuck it, I'm getting back on my Effexor.
Yeah, I think it's
Dr.
Lexapro.
Keem says medications like that are useless.
It's, well, he ain't exactly a doctor.
Dude, I don't really eat Wendy's Nuck. Wendy's is kind of trash right now.
Yeah, Wendy's is definitely not at its peak right now. I mean, they're
Put
not
the fries in
bad,
the bag.
but I totally
Money and Precious
get,
Metals is like that's
people
like an entry
shitting
level
on
play,
it.
honestly. Like the problem with Precious Metals, you buy in at market and then you sell at 10% below market. That's the problem with Precious Metals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but how much money did
tried
you make?
Lexapro, but
like
it
silver hasn't went up that
broke my
much.
dick,
Gold's went up a
so
good bit.
that went out the door.
But like even like the S&P 500, like in 7 years you're going to double whatever your initial investment is. So if you put 40,000 in 5 years ago, you'd probably have closer to like 70,000 in it now. Like, did you make $30,000 worth of profit off gold, silver, and platinum? What? X forbidden one. I've never said I never invest in my wife's 401k. I said we as a couple put money into it because all the money we make is our money. Hey Pam, can you recent crazy things Troll have done or second what happened to RB Perk? Stay ye. I don't know what happened to RB Perk. Man,
yeah,
the Trolls
I'm not on
haven't
any
done nothing really
antidepressants
crazy
now. I've
to
been
me in a
on in
long
the
time.
past, but
Shit, I'm trying to remember.
I guess
that RB
overall the
Perk,
best one I was on was
quote.
Wellbutrin.
Yeah, RB Perk is why the fuck do you do
Prozac
this shit?
killed my
Right?
dick.
I don't know.
Zoloft turned me into an angry fucking
If I said that, I
asshole.
misspoke. But like, we do invest in my wife's 401k.
Like the best
Alright,
thing I
one
can
band
equate
X
it
forbidden
to
one.
is like how Peter Parker was in Spider-Man 3. Like when he had the suit on, not when it was like physically
I
on
fucked
him,
that stunt
but
up so
like when he
badly.
went like all emo
All
and just
right,
became
guys.
an asshole
Thanks everybody for coming
all
out on the
around.
stream. Looks like this stream's getting deleted.
I tried Lamictal and it almost killed me. Like literally. The thing about Lamictal is that the upside is that there's very few side effects. There's really just one. And it's Steven Johnson syndrome. You know the thing that Review Tech's daughter got that then led to her being hospitalized and eventually being blinded? Yeah, I got that too. Obviously not to the same level she did. But yeah, I got that. it's the chances of getting it are extremely rare, but I still ended up getting it out of nowhere. But thank God and the other thing that sucked too is I was misdiagnosed. People thought that I had like a fucking chickenpox breakout, which didn't really make much sense because I already had chickenpox as a young child. But they said, oh, well, it still can happen. So I had to like leave my house because my mom's immune system was shot because she was on chemo and fighting cancer. So I literally had, I couldn't even go inside my house to get shit so that I could go and stay with my dad. I had my aunt who happened to be staying with us, like, bring out all my shit in a bag. And I was popping fucking, what's that shit called? Whatever the shit is for herpes. Starts with like an X or something. I was taking that. And not only was it not necessary, but it was giving me bad headaches. But yeah, that was a fun time. Anyways, let's we might as well start with Cobra, with the sad passing of Ozzy. A Castlevania theme. No, Super Castlevania. Welcome, Casper. If I
So
say that.
YouTube, I got a food hack in the works. Got this giant ring of shrimp. And it came with a little bit of that shrimp dip sauce right there, just like that. I made some room in that cup so I could add some of this Frito cheddar jalapeno dip sauce to it.
Yeah. Boy, he sounds like he's in great shape.
I'm gonna stir that around. That's pretty good, but I want to add some bacon bits to that for our dipping shrimps. Bacon bits. I used these in my last food hack. I found out Ozman died, and I'm not too thrilled about it. I'll tell you that right now, but Ozzy fucking rules. I don't care what anyone says. Any bacon to it? Oh, that's naughty. Because everyone's just vegan, you know, this and that. Like, piss off with it. I'm going to add just a little bit of Jack Daniels Tennessee honey barbecue sauce to that shrimp sauce. Look at that. Stir it around town.
Is he wearing those glasses? Because that's like what I think Casper does sunglasses. Because isn't it like Ozzy's sunglasses used to look like? Jesus Christ, bro! Just stop.
I'm gonna put that in the middle of our shrimp tray. That shrimp sauce. I added some extra bacon bits.
Look how much fucking shrimp there is. Like you could feed a party of people with that.
Bits
I mean,
garnish,
if there were people you hated, you would give them that dip. But
the freshly dethawed shrimp, I want to squeeze the tail. They're eating these shrimp.
Yeah, really. Or like he just sounds like you expect them to just like clear their throat.
The bacon bits. See all the bacon bits on that shrimp.
Oh yeah, because when I eat bacon, I think, boy, or if I eat shrimp, I mean, I'm thinking, I want bacon.
Up YouTube, so my idol Ozzy Osbourne has passed away, and I am absolutely just fucking devastated.
Oh, that
I literally cried so much in the last couple of hours that my eyes hurt from crying. Like, I am so fucking over it. Over 2025. I had to roll me a cigarette with these Juicy J's and some 4 Aces tobacco. I'm out of fucking cigarettes, and one of my fans stopped by.
Wait, I thought he was smoking a joint.
Another fan fucking stopped by and literally, I wouldn't Another fan, I mean, fucking bought me a bottle of vodka. They DoorDashed it, so. And like right now, I have a drink in my cup. It's a mixture of.
No, I guess then my thumbnail was appropriate. Then I just put that up just because I wanted something different. Because it's typically been him with the burger, so I just grabbed the one of him with vodka. I didn't think it was going to be so appropriate.
Everclear, aka Wyoming rocket fuel, as I call it. So my
wait, what does he call it?
Cup. It's a mixture of Everclear, aka Wyoming rocket fuel, as I call it.
Oh.
Some lemon lime Gatorade, and I mixed it with some tropical 7-Up.
Well, luckily I'm sober. One of the greatest musicians. I actually made a new rule because the last couple of streams, I admit, I was a bit gone. So I have a new rule. No more streaming on the same days that my dad comes over for dinner, because we will go and have a few drinks. And I could, oh god, great freeze frame on this. I couldn't drink today because I gave blood, and I do like the double donation. So yeah,
time the world lost.
Not a good idea to drink.
You don't need a whole lot of Everclear for it to get the job done. I'm out of fucking cigarettes, and one of my fans hooked me up with some Juicy J's. Like, hey man, I was just in town. I heard about Ozzy, man. That's what I'm sorry to hear. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks. Ozzy Osbourne was like my John Lennon, you know. I worship the ground that man walks on. As I do with Black Sabbath in general, you know. I want to keep listening. I want to keep listening to Ozzy and Sabbath till the day I die. You know, that's just how it is. I used to
donate
loyalty like that. My trolls do not.
I donated. Hold on, let me see.
You know that, and I know my trolls are gonna have a fucking field day with this. You know, my trolls are gonna have fun texting me dumb shit, and I go, how can they get a response or anything if fucking my phone's busted? So I know as soon as I get my phone back, my shit's gonna blow up with Ozzy died, Josh. Ozzy died, Josh. It's like, yeah. Fucking sucks, man. I love Ozzy. He's the shit.
I have donated.
You know, that's a grape flavored cigarette. Yummy. I mean, do not use Juicy J papers to make flavored cigarettes. No, don't do that at all. I'm wearing my favorite Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt. I have several copies of this t-shirt because it's got a Cobra on the front, which I think is just the coolest shirt ever, dude. Also, fuck Ozzy dying. That is the worst. I've been bloody crying my eyes out since yesterday, man, and my eyes hurt from crying so hard. Like, the world lost its best friend, you know.
What?
We're going through changes. It took so long.
Shouldn't you be singing I'll See You on the Other Side?
And you know, all my YouTube trolls have been texting me this crap for years. Like, oh, Ozzy's gonna die. And I'm like, we're all gonna fucking die. And you're wasting your short life trolling someone who has autism. Like, that's nice. That's where I look at my YouTube trolls and go, kiss my Asperger's. That cigarette ain't half bad. Fucking hate sickos more than I hate Ozzy Osbourne dying, to be honest with you.
For a second, we're going to say how much I hate Ozzy Osbourne. Healthy.
And Ozzy was a beacon of light in this dark and beautifully fucked up world. That's how I fucking see it.
Okay.
It is what it fucking is.
I guess so. I mean, look, I feel bad that he died, but all these analogies that he's giving, it's like, I don't really see how you could see him like that. Like,
yeah, my idol Ozzy died, and I'm just not having the best time of it, you know. I feel so horrible for his family, and, you know, my fellow Ozzy fans alike, and all the awesome bands like Metallica that Ozzy helped influence. Black Sabbath influenced a lot of bands, including Cradle of Filth, mind you. That being said, Daddy Filth, don't you go fucking kicking the bucket on us anytime soon, mate. if you hate the Osbournes, they're not your cup of tea, well then piss off. If you know what it's like to lose someone you care about, it fucking sucks, dude. The Marty music biz fucking passed. Then my buddy Walt died. And then fucking Doc Holliday, a.k.a. Val Kilmer, passed.
Wait, what?
And I'm thinking to myself...
He's mourning the death of music biz Marty.
What?
Like, I didn't know they had anything between them. Although I think maybe he was on a stream with him at one time. Maybe because of the Cyrax connection.
Okay, can we not have any more deaths, please? You know, people that I care about and shit. It's like, oh no, guess what? Your idol Ozzy Osbourne's gonna pass away. Well, fuck this. Now, if you were to see my living room, you'd see the stacks of guitar magazines, Playboy magazines, all my Ozzy memorabilia stacked. Nice and prim and proper.
Oh, I'm
People
sure
see
it
go,
is.
you got a thing for Ozzy? I'm like, yeah, Ozzy fucking rules, dude. You know, I got my Ozzy Osbourne knuckles touched up before he died, though, so that's... Because when I first got him, at the time, my girlfriend did them for me, and then my trolls were making fun of her, bullying Summer, and Summer was just like, I can't handle dating a famous YouTube celebrity. Fuck off with it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what she said.
I didn't care if they were the best, but for me being the fourth person she tattooed, she did a really decent job. But I digress. I'm trying to be upbeat and positive and like, but I'm just so fucking numb right now, dude. Why is life
You
so
sure it's
bitter,
not
weak,
the fucking
miserable,
Everclear you're
fucked up?
drinking?
And why are people just so miserable to each other? Yeah, my idol Ozzy passed away, and I'm really fucking sad. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Oh, I'm sure he is drunk. I mean, he's drinking
I miss my buddy
Everclear.
Walt, and then my idol fucking just kicks the bucket. And I didn't find out about Ozzy Osbourne's death.
And that's like super vodka. What is it, like 190 proof? The worst I ever drank was Bacardi 151. And that legit fucked me up. Like, oh god. I won't go into all the specifics, but I literally woke up in my bathtub, not knowing how I got there or what happened beforehand, but I literally woke up laying in pain in my like shower bathtub.
Until after yesterday when I made my bagel and lox recipe, you know. We're doing another food hack. We got some frying everything bagels.
I do like everything bagels.
Now we're going to put it in the toaster. I like fish. This is from the Acme Smoked Fish Company. Straight out of Brooklyn. This stuff is tasty. And you can put it on your everything seed bagels to make some bagels and lox. Oh yeah, Philadelphia makes some really good cream cheese anyways.
This is a...
some of our bacon bits.
Okay.
Bagels and lox. I thought you said horse lox. It's a nice looking Sargento.
Like, I was like, oh, you know, this is sounding like a decent thing. How is this? And then the bacon and...
Got jalapeno cream cheese. It smells amazing.
You know, all this other stuff.
Just a scoop of that. What are we thinking, YouTube? With some good-looking bagels or what? They're nice and toasted.
So close.
Take a little bit more of these bacon bits.
Yeah, sure. Why
and,
not?
How would they say it? Bon appetit. Bagel's not overly toasted. It's slightly toasted.
I mean, look, to be fair, this isn't... Given what we've dealt with, that ain't bad.
My dad came over and told me the bad news. I was just like, well, I'd rather hear it from my dad than fucking my asshole trolls blowing up my Facebook and being like, ha ha, Cobra, your idol died. They're like, fuck off.
I am shocked at the idea that his dad told him first. Unless, well, I guess there's a chance that he'd beat him, but I just assumed as soon as Ozzy died, like everything blew up on his side. Like his Facebook, his text messages, all that stuff.
Like asshole YouTube trolls are gonna have fun with this. Fucking. And like, you know what? If my YouTube trolls had a favorite singer and they died, they wouldn't be too happy about it. I'm just saying. I worship the ground fucking Ozzy Osbourne walks on, you know. And quite honest with you, I'm devastated over losing him. Like, I could just feel a wave of sadness. It's just, it's in the air, just something off. Just something off, and it's in the air, you know, I can feel it. I don't know, I'm trying to tribute Ozzy Osbourne on a video, and I don't want it to be, like, cheesy, like, oh, he plays Mama, I'm Coming Home, you know, fucking... There's been a million people doing that, and, like, I don't want to get copyrighted on YouTube. Life ain't fair. I'm trying not to bawl like a huge pussy about this, but it's fucking rough, dude. I absolutely love Ozzy Osbourne and his family and adore Black Sabbath and all that, you know. Ozzy Osbourne dying fucking sucks, man. It really does fucking suck. Like, I'm beyond fucking devastated. There's not enough drugs and alcohol to numb the pain that I'm feeling right now, like...
But I'm sure you're gonna try.
Nothing works. It's just always gonna be there the rest of my life. And that's the miserablest, damnedest thing of it. I'm at a loss for words, YouTube. The world lost one of my heroes. I fucking hate sickos more than I hate Ozzy dying. This is the absolute worst. Oh, my trolls are fucking miserable. They're gonna, like I said, fuck them if they do, you know. Like, oh, Josh's hero died. Oh, we better bully Josh for it. Oh yeah, when my buddy Walt died, my YouTube trolls had a field day with harassing me for it. At some point, I think to myself, you know what? My trolls need to get a life and a hobby. Go out, listen to some music, touch grass. What's fucking sad is I didn't know what the fuck my trolls were gonna say.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
To make fun of me for Ozzy dying. It's just pathetic. Well, I honestly hoped Ozzy would make it to 100 at least, but what do you do?
Bro, the fact that he made it as long as he did was a fucking miracle.
Yeah.
But, like, really, we should donate Ozzy's body to science, because there's gotta be something in him that we can harvest. The fact that he abused his body to the level that he did and lived as long as he did and stayed as, like, with it as long as he did, there's gotta be something in there. Something. Yeah, exactly. Harvest. The power of Ozzy. I'm not crying.
The cute chick who dropped off the booze from DoorDash was very sympathetic. She's like, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about it. Oh, you're a huge Ozzy fan? Yeah, I just noticed your shirt. I'm like, yeah, he fucking died. Because that's the thing of it. Like, one of my YouTube fans DoorDashed me a huge bottle of vodka, and they were just like, tell Josh to say I'm sorry about Ozzy. Oh, you an Ozzy fan? Yeah, dude, to the day I die.
I probably said that wrong. Sorry.
I wear my Ozzy knuckles like a badge of honor, you know. She's like, oh, well, don't go too crazy with the vodka. And,
wasn't there a story that Ozzy snorted like a line of ants?
No.
I know I heard that at some point.
A little bottle of fucking Everclear sitting behind my computer. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, let's put some fucking rock and roll fire in that belly. Hold up.
Oh, I bet you
Everclear
did.
is fucking strong, dude. You can make a wicked sick jungle juice with it. You just mix in a bunch of fruit juices into one container, stir it around, fucking... Speaking of booze, I'd love to make another jar of my apple silk meat. That stuff is delicious. On YouTube, I'm at a fucking loss for words. I really am, like... This must be how Ozzy must have felt when he lost Randy. I'm very protective of Ozzy Osbourne's family, so just leave them the fuck alone, please. Please, if you have a heart, please. If you want to bully anyone for Ozzy's death, fucking bully me. I can take it.
They will.
I'm fucking used to this shit anyways. Been bullied on fucking bloody YouTube since 2010, dude. It doesn't stop, so why should I stop? Because I don't want to stop. You see what I did there? Huh. Words, there's not enough words I can express the grief and sadness that I feel right now, man. Fucking Ozzy died. It's fucking heavy, dude. And my trolls are like, oh, Ozzy's Christian. I don't give a shit. He could fucking dye his hair pink and I'd still support him. Fuck off.
What does that have to do with anything?
The biggest cry over it, you know. I'm fucking absolutely devastated, man. Ozzy was my idol and my hero. A little bit of lemon lime, just a little bit of Gatorade for hydration.
Oh, I'm sure that'll compensate fine.
Some tropical 7-Up for a little bit of flavor. Just a little splash of that for some sugar. Hold on. I call this Wyoming Night rocket fuel because let's just say that Everclear is like 95% alcohol by volume. If they don't fucking light your firework, the only thing stronger than this is fucking moonshine.
See how much you pour in?
See how much I pour in there? Just a little bit like that, right there. Yeah, that's enough. Because you don't need a whole lot in your drink combo. To Ozzy Osbourne.
But to be fair, he barely put in much of mix.
May he rest in peace. May his family be safe. If anyone fucks with his grave or his body, may they rot in hell. I'm so fucking devastated right now. I can't. The words cannot, like... Oh, trust and motherfucking believe my therapist is gonna fucking bloody hear about this the next time I go and see him. Like, so, Josh, how's your week been going? Fuck you, Ozzy Osbourne died. That's how the fuck it's been going.
Oh, like, that's fair to lay on the guy like that. Oh, yeah. What is he trying to like smoke resin?
Like unclog?
Yeah, what the fuck? Was there anything in there?
And people are sitting there talking like, oh, it's sad how he had to be in a chair for his final show. And I'm like, it's not sad. It's fucking awesome. It's Ozzy, dude. You get to see him perform one last time.
Yeah, but that's a little sad. He couldn't even
stand up. I knew it was going to fucking happen eventually. I just wasn't prepared for it to happen when it did. Like, yesterday was the worst fucking day of my life, dude. I swear, like, fucking Ozzy dying is just got me in a really fucking foul mood. Fucking Ozzy died. This feels like some kind of sick nightmare. It doesn't feel like it's real. Like it's some horrible fucking dream and it's a nightmare. You know what sucks about Ozzy dying, too, is I want to hear about it for the next several fucking days. And everyone's going to give me shit about it. And it's just like,
look how awful his...
I don't know, people are going to clip me going in.
Like, look how his beard and mustache is. Like, it's all, like... It looks like a... What is it? Like a bass. Or, like, it's like a fish face, isn't it? Like, right here.
Give me shit about
the way his hair is, like it's like icicle or not, or like sickles are coming off of his facial hair. It looks really bad.
It's just like, fuck it. I don't know, people are gonna clip me going, crying over Ozzy and fucking, they're gonna use it to fuck with me. Well, I don't care at this point.
Okay, but then there was recently another King Cobra video about this. Yeah, the woke
What's up, YouTube? So, breaking news, Ozzy Osbourne has passed away, and I am absolutely fucking devastated by it. But then a bunch of woke assholes, of course, are now trying to cancel Ozzy Osbourne, and it just makes me sick to my stomach.
What?
Like, a lot of people love Ozzy, and it's like, why? One person writes, Ozzy Osbourne was racist, and so was his wife. R.I.P.
Wait, what?
Didn't say peace, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what? Okay, here we go with the whole Sharon's a racist. Fuck off, you fucking cunt.
Was she? Whoa,
Ozzy
language.
Osbourne was fucking racist, how come Rachel, the one that died with Randy Rhoads, was black? His hairdresser. This whole, oh yeah, this whole.
But that doesn't
Sharon
really
is
mean
such a
anything,
racist,
buddy.
you guys, oh my god. Again with the race baiting. Why? Because he's white? Why is it that you cannot call out
Oh my
racism
god. Look at his feet.
because he's white? Why is it that you cannot call out
God.
racism when every other race does it? When every other fucking race does it, you can't call it out. Because as soon as you do call it out, you get told to shut the fuck up and check your white privilege, honky. Right. Another person writes, Ozzy was a domestic abuser who tried to strangle his wife. And then they said a bunch of, and then they said good riddance. Fuck you. Again, why is it only called out when the other side does it? Like, you know,
wait,
why
what?
can't you call it abuse when chicks do it? I'm just saying, like, racism never gets...
Who the fuck doesn't call it abuse when women do it? What is he talking about?
What? It's called out when black people do it, you know?
Huh?
And, like, chicks do it. I'm just saying, like, racism never gets called out when black people do it.
Oh, okay, racist.
You know? And, like, domestic abuse never gets called out when chicks do it. And I'm like, you know what the problem is? And no offense to Ozzy or anyone, but, like, there's not enough love in the world. People are just so goddamn fucking overly sensitive. I'm like, here's a woke thought for you. You fucking woke freaks trying to cancel Ozzy right here.
Where's he even reading this?
Ozzy Osbourne. Well, it's not going to happen. This whole, oh, you're canceled. Like, cancel culture is stupid. And fuck the woke culture.
Yeah, how do you think Hogan's family feels right about now?
Fuck the woke culture. You overly fucking coward, overly sensitive, pussy-ass motherfuckers.
Well, he's on fire.
I like how you want to accuse
He looks like his feet were on fire. Look how charred they look.
Ozzy and Sharon are being racist, but
tell me when I'm telling lies.
Really? So how is Sharon a racist?
Yeah, how is she?
If Sharon and Ozzy were racist, you know.
I mean, I'm not saying Sharon's a saint. Sharon has done some pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Like pretty low business tactic shit during her time as a manager. But I don't recall hearing that she was a racist at any point. I could be wrong. I just don't know. I haven't heard it. I've heard a number of things about her, but not that. Maybe someone can fill me in.
I'm just saying, if Sharon and Ozzy were fucking racist, do you think they would have hired a black female to be his hairdresser? I'm just saying.
That's like the I have black friends defense that racists give. Just because you are around black people doesn't mean that you're not a racist. I mean, and I'm not saying Hulk Hogan was a racist, or at least not to the level some people are saying he is, but I mean, he worked with a lot of black people. But so you can't really use that defense given the other things that he's done.
Cheers. No, it's like Ozzy Osbourne just fucking died, and a lot of people are really fucking sad about the news. Instead of having enough, like, tact and courtesy to be like, you know, if Sharon wanted to leave Ozzy, she could have done it ages ago. You know? I've seen a lot of their interviews.
If Sharon had divorced Ozzy all those years ago, there's no way Ozzy would have lived as long as he did.
The relationship wasn't perfect, but she stuck with him to the bitter end. So do with that what you will. the woke idiots that are trying to attack Ozzy Osbourne right after he just fucking died. Piss off. Racist. I'm like, you know what kills me about the whole you're a racist argument? Is one, we've had white slaves in Africa. Google it. And two,
how is that relevant at all to this? But go on.
black people are just as racist as anyone else, you know? Like, the problem with racism, folks, okay, let me educate you on this. The problem with racism is it exists in every race. You break down the word racism. What's in the word? Race.
That really is not a good defense against Ozzy being a racist. Like, think about what this is. Hey, Ozzy's a racist. Hey, black people can be racist too. What?
What?
How does that change my statement of Ozzy being racist by you pointing out that black people can be racist too? Like, that wasn't the argument.
And I'm just sitting here like, why the fuck are these woke idiots trying to attack Ozzy after he just died? Like, let the poor man rest in peace. Jesus Christ.
Okay. I mean, Logan Paul went bankrupt. No, he didn't, did he? I mean, not that I'm hoping that he didn't, but... Okay, well, now we move on to the death of the immortal Hulk Hogan. Obviously, that one hit me a bit more than Ozzy did.
Well,
Let's see here. We're not going to watch this whole video. I just want to see what Phil said about Hogan's death. I'm sure it was stupid.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Hogan, drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
Right. So good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, the 24th of July. How are all of you? I hope that you're all doing well.
I do have to say, like, you know, what's the saying? A broken clock is right twice a day. Having a Donkey Kong font for the ticker is actually kind of neat.
I'm doing all right.
Oh,
so
thank
sad
God.
news today, of course, is all that anyone is talking about is that Hulk Hogan, you know, known actually in real life, his name was Terry Bollea, passed away this morning at the age of 71. Cardiac arrest. Honestly, not surprising that's what he passed away from. All the wrestlers of his era did so many drugs when it comes to, like, you know, steroids, but also other stuff, that they all are having heart problems. So.
Oh my God.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Yeah, they died in like their 30s and 40s and 50s. Hogan made it to his early 70s. It's not really the same thing. I mean, I'm not saying Hogan didn't have occasional drink, smoke, and pill or whatever, but to put him like in the same class as like freaking like Perfect and Rude and what's the other guy? Just any of those guys from that era is an incredibly stupid thing. But of course, this is Phil we're talking about here.
Very sad, but at the same time, very polarizing. This is a guy who, when I was growing up, everyone saw him as like the real life Superman. You know, truth, justice, in the American way. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and, you know, always do good. He was known as, you know, the real American hero.
No, he wasn't.
Then he tarnished his legacy.
Wait, hold on a second. I should move this over here. I keep forgetting to do that when we want. Oops. fuck it. There we go.
You know, years later with multiple scandals and all kinds of messed up stuff to the point where the last time that he actually appeared in WWE back in, what was it, January, he was booed out of the building. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, he was like known, he was a larger than life character. He was a movie star, everything back in the day. So for people of my generation, it's like, whoa. But then people of future generations are like, we hate him because, you know, he's a racist and he got into this stupid sex scandal and all this crap. So,
I mean, there is a bit of truth to that. Like, I do feel that Hogan's legacy, I mean, I'm not saying he didn't do a bunch of stupid shit, but I feel like there's a real disconnect between like my generation, I mean, me and Phil are basically the same generation, but because if you weren't into wrestling, like if you were born during the Attitude Era or even like after 2000, you really have no real exposure to Hulk Hogan, like no good exposure. Literally all his good shit was in the 80s and the 90s. But once you get past the 2000s, it's just a broken down man, not really helping whatever business he was in. I mean, his final WWE run was actually not too bad, but then like his TNA stuff, like anything he did after he got inducted into the Hall of Fame the first time was just a waste, not really worth watching. And all that he ever really got exposed to was that, the sex tape, the racist remarks, the reality show, which didn't put him or his family in the best light. All the other stuff too, like I said, also like the racism, and then all the fallout from that. And then more recently, his affiliation with Donald Trump, which, I mean, regardless of what you think of Trump, no one can deny that when you go and you openly associate yourself with him, there is going to be a large part of the population that ain't going to like you for it. So, and him still having to stink of all the racism shit and then getting hit with the MAGA stuff really did nothing good for his rep.
Rest in peace to the Hulkster. It's just funny because in the last year, as you guys know, and there he is, by the way, just what a coincidence. I have Hulk Hogan on my animations for the month, and then the guy passes away during that same month. Right? I mean, my whole Philomania logo is based off Hulkamania, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if WWE wanted to, or the Hogan estate wanted to, they probably could come after you if they wanted to.
The meme,
because that is clearly a copyrighted like thing.
Silly meme. Let's pull some Hogans based on stupid mobile games. You know, all Hogan memes and stuff. So, yeah, rest in peace to Hulkster, and that makes 3. Because for those of you who don't know, earlier this week, the actor who played Theo Huxtable, the guy who was the kid of, Bill Cosby's character, Dr. Huxtable on the Cosby Show, he passed away. He drowned in Costa Rica. Then we lost Ozzy Osbourne just a couple days ago, true rock legend, and now
we literally lost 2 WWE Hall of Famers in the same week. That might be a record.
Now we lost Hulk Hogan, so that's 3 80s era superstars gone within just a few days.
Wait, I'm sorry, what? Who would consider Ozzy Osbourne an 80s era superstar? Wasn't his 80s stuff kind of, I mean, not bad, but wasn't most of his good shit from like the late 70s? Or am I remembering that wrong?
Yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner was the name of the actor who played Theo Huxtable. That's right. So, sheesh. Hopefully that's the end of it. Hopefully we don't have another string, it doesn't continue. Some crazy, Final Destination thing. I hope not. Sheesh. All right. So, How are y'all doing this morning? So today, here's the deal. There's no formal podcast today. We're just going to hang out for like 20 minutes or so. And
Okay, yeah, fuck that. I'm not watching anymore. So I just wanted to see what his reaction was to Hogan. Not great, but definitely could have been worse. But speaking of a take that I'm sure is going to be worse. My full thoughts on the passing of Hulk Hogan. Oh, this should be good. Oh god, he does eating videos. We may have to watch this too. We got plenty of time. But let's watch this first. Why did he shave his head? Oh no. Bro, this is... I mean, not that there really is a great look, but this ain't a good one, folks.
All right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Bro, do you have the fan on? Do you hear all that background noise?
This is the Wrestling Otaku back
Like, it sounds like there's like a fan on in there.
here on the Wrestling Otaku channel.
Am I wrong?
And I'm back here for another video. It is, of course, Thursday, July 24th, 2025. This would be technically my second video of the day because I wanted to do a kind of follow-up to what I've been posting, the short I made earlier, the post I made earlier, and so yeah, let's get into this, man. We all know why we're here. We all know why we're here. I certainly did not think when I woke up today that I would be making a video like this. I mean, really, when you think about things like this, when you think about people passing, especially, you know, in this realm of ours of, you know, pro wrestling, when you think about a pro wrestler or somebody, you know, famous, be it in the music industry or entertainment industry, whatever.
I'm sorry, I just can't get over all the photos behind them because clearly they have nothing to do with it. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. Like, these are clearly not like photos of like his immediate family or like photos that he put up. It's whoever the house or whoever the house owner is, it's their photos.
You know, you can never prepare. You never want to prepare for something like that. You can never truly prepare
Good
for
one,
something
Samurai.
like that. So let's talk about it, man. I want to give my full...
I hate that he has the TV on in the background, just on doing nothing. It's such a waste of power. I think I'm just complaining because my power bills are out of fucking control. Like, not like Review Tech, where was he have like a $10,000... That makes no sense, by the way. I'm pretty sure that if you don't pay your power bill, like after 2 months, I'm pretty sure the power company is just going to shut your shit off. They're not going to let you build up a bill. I mean, am I wrong here? Can you think of any like business or utility that would let you go so long or to build up that big of a debt? But anyways, to go back to the thing, my power bill, my most recent one, was over $500 fucking dollars.
Full thoughts.
So when I see people just wasting power, it just caps my ass.
Because you guys should have seen the short video I uploaded by now. So
we didn't.
Want to talk about, of course, the news that we heard earlier today of the passing of one Terry Bollea, better known, of course, throughout the world as Hulk Hogan. News came out, he passed away this morning at the age of 71. Apparently he suffered a cardiac arrest due to complications with, I believe, surgeries he's had. Apparently he's been in poor health for quite some time. And I guess all his health issues just kind of, I guess it just kind of caught up to him. And, you know, and he's no longer with us. So it is what it is, you know. And a funny story.
Oh, God.
About earlier today.
Oh, yes, please. Make it about yourself. By the way, I heard one of the stupidest things said about Hogan. Dave Meltzer and Alvarez, obviously, they did a quick show when Hogan died, because, of course, they did. And freaking Meltzer says 71 is too young to go. What?
What?
I mean, 71 is too young. Like, no, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s is too young. After you hit retirement age, after you hit 65, at that point, you're on fucking borrowed time. Like, the idea 71 is too young to go. I mean, really? Have you heard anyone ever say, how old were they? Oh, they were 71. Oh, that's too young to die. What?
Earlier today,
sorry, I just had to
I
mention
woke
that.
up around a little after 9 a.m. You know, I was up
a little after 9 a.m.
About 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Bro, I don't think I have woken up after 9 in well over a decade.
Went out because of course it's today's payday, so I wanted to get up early, get my pay, get my check, and then do what I got to do. You know, and I did have a shift today, but it was fairly short. You know, only from like 1 to around 5:30 or so.
Yeah, my mom was 56.
But, you know,
that was too young to die.
So I was out earlier. I was at the mall. This was around 11, a little after 11 a.m. I was at the mall, got some McDonald's. You know, just want to eat. You know, kind of. You know,
sure, why not get McDonald's?
Lunch, you know, something to eat before I go to work. And I was listening. You know, while I was out, and this is something I do regularly, I was, you know, on my phone, and I had, of course, the earbuds in, and I was listening to some wrestling news videos, because, again, that's something I do while I'm out, while I'm eating.
How is this relevant?
I happened to listen to a video, I believe it was from WrestleLamia, that it was talking about how one of the stories that they covered was about Hulk Hogan and his ailing health. And basically saying that, you know, he's apparently had health issues. He apparently had issues speaking or something to that effect, where, you know, it was reported via, of course, his close friend Bubba the Love Sponge, who has a podcast, that his health was not in the best of. You know, he was
former best friend, Bubba the Love Sponge. Yeah, they had a bit of a falling out after the whole, you know, Bubba recorded him about his knowledge, and then the tape got leaked out because one of Bubba's employees stole it from his desk and then gave it out to
not the best of shape.
Gawker or Man
he was
Cow,
having
one of
problems
them.
speaking, and he was bedridden or something like that. And yeah, that was literally this morning. And I was thinking to myself as I was listening to this, as I was listening to this video, as I was having my, you know, lunch, I was thinking, man, how is that going to bode for, you know, this great American, you know, promotion that he and Bischoff are supposedly planning? Now, granted, it's not looking too good. I mean, the ticket sales for that thing it's just, you want to talk about, you know, not making, you want to talk about not making a splash on Impact. I mean, you know, that Real American freestyle promotion is all but dead in the water, and especially now. But I was thinking to myself, like,
well, actually, no, the people are predicting the opposite. So for those who don't know, freaking Hogan and Eric Bischoff have launched a new kind of promotion, but it's actually real wrestling. So RAF, Real American Freestyle. Obviously, yes, if they called it Real American Wrestling, that would be better. But then it'd be RAW, Raw, and of course, WWE would probably have something to say about that. But he was supposed to be, Hogan's supposed to play a prominent role in it. But now they're saying that because Hogan died, that probably that first show is going to sell much better now, because it was selling like dog shit. It's a big, like 11,000 seat arena. I think they only booked out for like 4,000, and they hadn't even cleared 1,000. Oh, well, that's interesting. Millie, welcome.
Hey now.
How is this going to affect that? And you know, this news of him not speaking, I was kind of thinking to myself, maybe that's, at the time, I was thinking maybe that's like divine intervention, you know, for all the bullshit he's told over the years, you know. And that's what I was thinking. And then sure enough, not even an hour later, I catch wind of all this news, and it just, like, immediately as soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, are you serious? And then I went and I confirmed it. It was on TMZ, it was on Fox News, it was on freaking CBS News, NBC, ABC. Every major news outlet is covering this. So this is a legit thing. It was a legit thing. And as soon as I saw that first report, it spread like wildfire. And I was like, wow, dude, this is legit. Hulk Hogan has indeed passed away. I couldn't believe it, dude. Like, it completely caught me off guard. It completely caught me by surprise, you know? As most of the time when you hear about a celebrity passing, I mean, you know,
yeah, he wears sunglasses
the other day we had
a lot of
Ozzy
videos.
Osbourne. You know, again, I've mentioned that in another video I did. I mentioned in a post. You know, Ozzy Osbourne passed away just the other day. You know, Hall of Famer. You know, legend. You know, the father, you could say, of heavy metal, the Prince of Darkness, and we lose Ozzy Osbourne. We had the Cosby Show actor Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away a few days before that, and now we have here today. We have Hulk Hogan, the passing of Hulk Hogan. And I just want to share kind of what I'm feeling right now. Because
please do.
I'm not going to lie. I do have conflicted feelings about this, you know.
Of course.
I've had conflicted feelings throughout the day. And seeing all the stuff that has come out on social media, both positive and negative, because there is some negative. And, you know, just the kind of whirlwind of, you know, reactions that I'm seeing. It's just like, I am conflicted, you know, in terms of my feelings about this, you know. On one hand, you got to look at Hulk Hogan and his significance in regards to his place in pro wrestling. I mean, the man was as influential to pro wrestling as anybody, and that is not, you know, a debate. You know, that's not a discussion. I mean, that's legit, you know. I think if it wasn't for as big as Hulk Hogan was in the 80s, especially in the mid to late 80s, as big as he wasn't just a pro wrestling. He wasn't just big in pro wrestling. He was a cultural icon. He was an 80s icon. When you think about the 80s, when you think about just the 80s as a whole, and you think about people who were famous back then, people who were well known back then, who you heard the name, you just hear a name and you know instantly who it is. Hulk Hogan was among those names. He was an 80s icon. He was a figure, one of the biggest.
Okay, like, just to jump in here, how would you know? I mean, clearly this guy was not around in the 80s. Like, how do you know how he was? I mean, okay, obviously, yes, you can, like, see news or just be made aware, but he's acting like he was there, bro. It's like, bro, you weren't there.
Figureheads of the 80s you could think of. You know, you think Michael Jackson, you think Prince. You could throw, again, Ozzy Osbourne in that list. You know, you could throw a number of people. And Hulk Hogan is up there. He's on that list. He's on that list. He was that big. He was one of the few people in the history of pro wrestling that transcended the business of pro wrestling. You know, he was in.
He's not wrong.
Outside of all the stuff he did with WWF, he was in movies. Most famously, he was in Rocky, one of the Rocky movies, Rocky 3, I believe. And he made a number of appearances, you know, in terms of TV and media. And it's just like the dude was an icon, you know. He was an icon of entertainment, you know. And in terms of wrestling, like, I don't want to necessarily say he made wrestling or he was the sole reason why wrestling was on the map, but
there was a bit of a, like, affiliation with Hulk Hogan, the Incredible Hulk. Like, I'm pretty sure for a while, they had to license the name from Marvel because of the Incredible Hulk and Hulk Hogan. So I think there was some sort of a connection, at least a legal one. And then I remember when he became Hollywood Hogan, then they didn't have to pay Marvel anymore.
I don't think the golden age of wrestling would have been as big as it was without Hulk Hogan. I don't think Vince McMahon would have gotten WWF to be as big as it was during that period from, you know, the beginning of the 80s to going into the 90s and all that. I don't think he would have gotten WWF to the heights that it reached if it wasn't for the effect of Hulk Hogan. If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan and his popularity, I don't think Vince would have succeeded. Now, there were still names in WWF. He still had names in pro wrestling. There were still, the Randy Savages of the world. There were still the Andre the Giants of the world. The Ric Flairs, the Dusty Rhodes. Later you had guys like Warrior, guys like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, The Undertaker. Those are more so 90s guys. Or, well, some of them were started in the 80s, but they really made their name in the 90s. But there were guys there. The Bruno Sammartinos of the world, the Ricky Dragon Steamboats of the world. There were guys there, but Hulk Hogan was the one who really kind of spearheaded that whole thing. Really kind of, Hulkamania. The whole essence of Hulkamania. I really think that is what took WWF and pro wrestling to that next level and made them as mainstream as they were ever going to be, in the 80s. And I don't think WWF accomplishes that without Hulk Hogan and how influential he was to pro wrestling and to just pop culture in general.
I think it's it's almost like a chicken and the egg thing. Would WWF be as popular as it was without Hulk Hogan? Or also, would Hulk Hogan be as popular as he was without the power of the WWF?
In the 80s, he was that big. And you cannot deny his influence on pro wrestling. And then you look at what happened in the 90s, and
I'm not sure,
ultimately he got ousted from WWF because of the whole steroid thing. Vince McMahon and WWF had to clean house basically. A lot of their well-known names were basically getting ousted from WWF. They had a house cleaning of sorts. Hulk Hogan left. He went to WCW.
They didn't fire Hogan because he was doing steroids. They let him go because he wasn't playing ball with them. They eventually just said, we're moving on from you, and they just cut him loose. Didn't have anything to do with steroids.
And, he floated around for a bit, and then in 96, he revolutionized the business again when he, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash formed the NWO. Hulk Hogan turned heel for the first time in his career, and he formed the NWO.
Oh, God. Well, there's the first error. No, Barry Bonds is not also a wrestler. Hogan was a heel numerous times throughout his career. He was a heel when he was in WWF. Or in the WWF.
And revolutionized the business again. And took WCW to new heights. And again, it's just one of those things. The dude is he's so influential to the history of pro wrestling, at least in the last 30 or 40 years. You cannot deny the impact that Hulk Hogan had on pro wrestling, It's just he's one of those dudes. He's one of those dudes whose name is synonymous with WWF and with pro wrestling, So it's just one of those kind of things. And for him, for a name like that to pass on, this is, like I said in my first video, this is a significant loss. I don't think people realize the gravity of Hulk Hogan, the name and the level of a Hulk Hogan passing away. It's such a big deal, And he's one of those guys who he could not, at least back then anyway, this was not somebody you could replace, or this is not somebody who you can have somebody else come in and fill his shoes. I don't think that would have been possible. Like I said, they had names. They had Savage. They had Steamboat. They had Ric Flair. They had Dusty Rhodes. They had all these names. It wasn't just Hogan. They had a lot of names. They had a number of names, a lot of legends. A lot of Hall of Famers, guys who helped pave the way in terms of pro wrestling in the industry. But without a Hulk Hogan, I don't think they would have gotten as big as they did. WWF. I don't think they would have gotten. I don't think Vince McMahon would have taken that thing as big as they did without Hulk Hogan's influence. So yeah, you got to recognize that. You got to recognize that. And so, that's obviously the big thing about it. Losing somebody like a Hulk Hogan and all that, and that's the more positive aspect of it. And then on the flip side,
here we go.
You kind of look at the negative, and more so I'm referring to his time, more so after wrestling, when he even during wrestling, the stories we've heard about conflicts that he's had, just things that have been reported on, wrestlers, people who worked in the business who have worked with Hogan, things that people have said about him, that he's a selfish individual, he's a toxic individual to be around, or things of that nature.
What?
You know, he's a self-serving individual. You know, he refuses to put people over. You know, the whole, you know, that's not going to work for me, brother. That whole stuff. And you know, we've heard countless, you know, a number of different accounts from individuals who have had issues throughout the years of Hogan, like a Randy Savage, like, you know, guys like Jesse Ventura, you know, guys like Scott Steiner, you know, other guys in WCW who worked with him, and, you know, even, again, you know, you can name a Booker T, you can name Undertaker, you know, there's a number of people who have taken issue with Hogan and how he is behind the scenes, you know, in terms of, like...
That could be said about a lot of people. Like, that was not exclusively a Hogan thing. I mean, it just is more blown up because it's Hulk Hogan. It's one of the biggest names in wrestling, so of course that's going to make bigger headlines or make more noise.
Again, working with him as a individual,
not excusing it, but it ain't exclusive to him.
Colleague, or, you know, as a fellow talent, as a fellow wrestler, and so on and so forth. And just all the various, you know, lies that he's told, the various stories that he's spun to, you know, make himself, you know, look better than he actually is, and all the stuff that has come out about him in the last, you know, 20 or so years. Again, the stories we've heard, the reports we've heard, you know, just all the things that kind of paint him in this light that maybe he isn't, you know, this grandiose, you know, real American, you know, maybe he isn't the hero that, you know, people paint him out to be. You know, he you know, all these things we've heard,
exactly,
all the
Demeter.
things that we hear about, all the things that have come out about him, really make him look like, you know, not a very good individual to be around. You know,
no,
for lack of a better term. And then, of course, there's the big thing that came out around 2015. Of course, obviously, you got to address this. There was the allegations of him being racist. Okay, the sex tape, the audio that came out in 2015. I saw something on social media. After I got to bring this up because I saw this earlier. That whole thing with the audio of Hogan, you know, talking about his daughter's boyfriend, you know, who was black, and that whole thing of him basically kind of more or less admitting to the fact that he was a racist, basically saying, you know, if she's gonna have sex with this N-word, of course the N-word with the ER, he said the N-word with the hard ER multiple times.
The hard
basically,
ER.
You know, saying, you know,
hardy har.
If this N-word is gonna, you know, be with my daughter, it should at least be an 8-foot, you know, N-word who's worth like $100 million or something like that, like a basketball player, blah blah blah. And then he would go on to say, you know, we're all a little racist. I'm racist to a fault. Of course, we all know about that. I've spoken on that several times. You know, and of course that whole thing came out, and the massive backlash that came out after that. He was ultimately fired from WWE at the time, and he was more or less blacklisted from WWF, blacklisted from pro wrestling for a good while until they slowly tried to incorporate him back. You know, for the last 5 or so years. But yeah, that whole thing, you know, the racist stuff, you know, and as I was saying before, like that audio, you know, the sex tape audio where he basically was, you know, he went on that you know, N-word filled tirade, basically, where he basically outed himself as being a racist. That actually came out. The audio of that actually released 10 years ago to the day. Like literally, it came out exactly 10 years ago on this day, July 24th, 2015, was when that audio was released and exposed. And now here we are 10 years later, on July 24th, 2025, and Hulk Hogan has passed away.
Sorry, I'm jumping in here, but like them talking about the fact that Hogan was taken out of the WWE Hall of Fame, he was put back in, but how the fact that they took him out because he said the N-word a couple of times. You know who's still in the WWE Hall of Fame? Sonny. Tammy Lynn Sitch is still in the WWE Hall of Fame, and she killed someone. She literally killed someone. She was convicted of killing someone. Like, it's not like Snuka, where it was pretty evident that he did, but when the time came, he was deemed incompetent to stand trial. Like, so there you can make the argument, well, he was never convicted. But no, Sonny, Tammy Lynn Sitch actually killed another human being, and she is still in the WWE Hall of Fame. So, saying the N-word, nope, you gotta go away. You kill someone, that's fine.
Some would call that karma. Some would call that, I mean, that's just eerie right there. Like, literally 10 years ago to the day, from the time that damning audio came out, when Hogan basically outed himself as racist, and now he passes on. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just too crazy to be a coincidence, man. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so that whole thing, you know, the racist stuff and, you know, all the backlash regarding that, he has really not recovered his public image, and his public image has not changed since. You know, he apologized afterwards, but
although it appears
really
Superfly Jimmy Snuka is not
accepted
in
his apology.
the Hall of Fame.
I think some people think that it was like a half-hearted apology, or he didn't really mean it. So it's one of those kind of things, you know. And people are going to say, well, you know, people make mistakes and yada yada, and that's all well and good. But when you say things like he said in that video, it's really hard to overlook that. It's really hard to forgive something like that, you know? And things like that, you know, the racist stuff, you know, saying I'm racist to a fault, all that, combined with all the other things that we heard about how he is, you know, what it's like to work with him, and, you know, him being just generally generally just a selfish individual, you know, not very what's the word I'm looking for? Him being just a selfish individual, you know, not willing to put people over, constantly putting himself over, constantly valuing himself over other people and such, and, you know, just all the stories we've heard about, you know, from various other wrestlers and people in the business in regards to how he is, you know, behind the scenes, you know, with them dealing with him personally. And, you know, just the various, you know, lies again.
I wish you hadn't brought it up, Demeter.
You know, he's a habitual liar. People have called him a habitual liar, and this, that, and the third. And all these things combined that have come out about him in the last 20 years, it is going to really forever leave a black mark on his legacy. And it's just like, no matter what, you know, no matter what anybody says, it's just all that stuff. It's not going to go away. You know, it's forever going to tarnish his legacy. It's forever going to be a black mark on his legacy, on his name, and it's going to continue.
Well, he's got a check mark next to his name, so he can get away with it once.
When people remember Hulk Hogan, that's what's going to come up, and that's not, things like that aren't so easily forgotten about or forgiven. You know, so that's the bad side on it. That's the downside on it. And like I said before, throughout the day, I've seen a lot of kind of conflicting responses in regards to this news. You know, there's a good chunk of people who are sorrowful, who are sad, you know, of his passing. People, you know, recalling their you know, time, their childhood. You know, a lot of people saying they grew up watching Hogan. You know, he was their inspiration. He was their hero. He was the reason that, you know, certain people got into pro wrestling, so on and so forth. People who grew up in the 80s and this, that, and the third, and even later on who discovered Hogan later.
Never heard that expression.
Or later on in his career. And, you know, people who are sad that he passed, and so on and so forth. And there was a video I saw a little while ago of Ric Flair, you know, talking about, you know, reacting to the news of Hogan's passing. The man was damn near in tears, you know, and he was talking about how close of friends he and Hogan were, and, you know, how they were, you know, going up and down the roads, and, you know, so on and so forth. And you know, he was one of the few guys who I heard who had really mostly positive things to say about Hogan, you know, in the light of his passing. And, you know, and it's like, you know, you see a lot of people, again, paying respects, paying homage, you know, recognizing, you know, the influence that he had on wrestling. And then on the other side, you know, you see a lot of people who are kind of on the train of, well, you know, oh, good riddance, you know, people celebrating, seemingly celebrating. I mean, I just call it like I see it, seemingly celebrating his passing and kind of spitting on his grave, basically. You see a lot of memes and stuff, you know, about his passing and saying, oh, you know, that's so sad anyway, or, you know, just a bunch of memes, you know, just kind of poking fun at it, you know, poking fun at his passing and stuff like that. And you know, it's just like it's kind of like you see stuff like that, and it's like, I get it, you know, I understand. Obviously, this is not, you know. He was not an individual, like, especially with all the stuff that I mentioned, you know, all the things that he was known for,
all the little things like the racism
about him in the last 20 years. You know, he was not the most liked individual in the world. You know, he was far from the hero that he was portrayed as on TV and in the ring, in the square circle. You know, and I certainly understand why people feel that way now that Hulk Hogan has passed. So, you know, I understand it. You know, from that perspective,
I'm trying to hit the butt.
Again, the racist stuff, you know, a lot of advocates for, you know, people who are against racism, you know, I understand why they feel that way.
Wait, what was that?
From that perspective, especially, again, the racist stuff, you know, a lot of advocates for, you know, people who are against racism, you know, I understand why they feel that way.
Well, the people who are against racism, as opposed to all those people who are pro-racism.
Excuse me, you know, people
get that belt
more
out.
or less celebrating his passing and things of that nature and saying good riddance and things like that. You know, again, I understand where they're coming from and all that. I'm not gonna be one of those people, you know. Like I said, I have my reservations, you know. Again, all the racist stuff, like, again, you know, these are things that, you know, you can't really forgive right at the snap of a finger. Like, it's not gonna, like I said, it's not gonna go away. You know, you can't really forgive something like that or forget something like that just at the whim, even if, you know, the individual's no longer with us. So it's one of those things. But at the same time, you know, I recognize, you know, the contributions that he made to the business. You know,
well,
so I choose to look at it like that. And I ask, you know, people watching this video, I ask that, you know, in this time of mourning, you know, now that, again, Hogan has passed, this is the day of his passing, you know, he's no longer with us, that you at the very least pay respect, if not to Hogan himself, if not to the man himself, you can at least pay respect to his family, to his loved ones, to the ones who lost somebody, you know, to his children, you know, Nick and Brooke Hogan, even though, you know, certain members of his family he was not exactly on good terms with, but still, you know, this was...
Oh, yeah, him and Brooke were not in a good way with each other. She didn't even invite him to... I think it was her wedding he couldn't come to, but he also was not invited to the birth of his grandchild. That is some, like, fuck you levels of, you know, issues. Like, I pray, like, that's shit that keeps me up at night. The idea that my children and I have end up with such a strained relationship that they want nothing to do with me. I do not want that. That is one of my biggest fears in life, that after my kids move on and go on their own lives, that they don't even think about me or don't want anything to do with me. And I'm not saying that every family, every, you know, parent and child relationship needs to be close. I mean, they should be, but like, what my point is I know there are some shitty parents out there, some toxic parents, and also toxic children. So I'm not saying, oh, well, you should always put that aside and just be close to one another regardless. Like, it doesn't work like that. Even people in my own family, not my immediate one, but ones where, like, my cousins and stuff are not on speaking terms with their parents. I have one on Facebook. I don't think they're doing it much anymore, but they were like constantly talking shit about their mother, my aunt, or well, one of my aunts. And meanwhile, like, we're all mutuals. Like, I'm Facebook friends with, you know, my aunt, with their mother, and also her siblings. She had it's how many is it? It's one girl and three boys, and she's out there like just airing out all this dirty laundry on Facebook to all of us, and also posting all these things about narcissism, basically saying that her mom was a raging narcissist. And I just look at that and I think, like, first of all, it's like, keep that shit to yourself or do that shit behind closed doors. But on the other thing though too, it's like, fuck me if my kids ever end up like that with me, then I just fucked up. I just totally screwed that up. Yes, same with me, Flappy, and also with like my parents too. Like, and I know we're going off track, but I mean, whatever, it is what it is. I lost my mom when she died of cancer when she was 56. So I haven't had her in my life for nearly 20 years at this point, which is kind of crazy to think about. And she didn't get to like meet my wife, meet my grandkids, excuse me. Her grandkids, and my dad is still around, but he's getting up in age. He's not going to be around much longer. I'm honestly kind of surprised that he's still going as well as he is at his age. He's 73 now, and like, it was kind of funny today. I went over to his house. He wanted me to take a passport photo for him, which ended up being a mess. We ended up having to just go to Walgreens anyways. But like, I'm taking pictures of him, and no one looks good in a passport photo anyways, but he just looked like awful. I mean, we were laughing about it, but at the same time, it's like, I'm looking at these things and it's like, you know, you see like all the wrinkles, all the age. Like, I'm just reminded, like, he's not going to be around much longer. I mean, obviously I knew that before then, but just to bring this to an end, like, I trying to get as much time in as I can now. Like, the last, like, I'm having him over more often. He's coming over for dinner tomorrow night. He came over last Sunday and the Sunday before. He's probably going to come over next Sunday too, because I'm going to be having a little thing cut for SummerSlam. And, you know, when I think about that thing, you know, I got the Brook, and also I think about and I'll finally get back to the video after this last point, Phil, DSP, and with his parents. Like, the idea that I raise my children or have like one child, and then at some point they move like thousands of miles away, literally on the other side of the country, and have fuck all to do with me. Like, again, like, shit like that just keeps me up at night, and I kind of, you know, but I feel good about the fact, well, maybe feel good is a weird thing, but like, I guess I take pride in the fact that I at least have a much better relationship with my parents than Phil does. Or, you know what I mean? Like, when you see something like that, you can just kind of look at do self-reflection, and you're like, oh, well, I don't have to deal with that. Or if I'm in a much better place, and you kind of take more pride in that. Anyways, back to this.
Again, in this kid's case, this was their dad. This was their father, you know. This was their role model. This was their life, basically, for a long time. You know, to his son and daughter, Nick and Brooke Hogan, to his to his ex-wife, Linda, even though, again, they're far from on good terms, you know, from the things I've heard recently. But,
that was a messy divorce.
She feels
that
about
was
that.
brutal.
I don't know if she's had, reacted to it. To his current wife or whoever it was he was with. I don't know if she's a wife or I don't know what.
Yes,
but
they got married.
So, like, you know, to his family, his immediate family, you know, his children, you know, his immediate family members, relatives, to his friends, you know, the people he was closest to, his close friends, you know, in the business, like, again, a Ric Flair, like, you know, Bubba Love Sponge and others.
Bro. Like, how do you not know that Hogan and Bubba are not on good terms? He's literally the reason that all this shit happened. It was his tape. Well, okay, to be fair, it's 2 tapes, but his one with his racist shit came out first. I'm pretty sure the other one, well, then again, maybe not.
You know, if you don't want to pay respects to the man Hogan,
but you know what though, it did net Hogan a very good payday, because after it got leaked and Gawker posted it, Hogan sued the shit out of them, being funded by Peter Thiel or whatever the guy's name was, and he put him out of business and got a lot of money. Oh, that was everything too. I saw online a bunch of former Gawker workers were saying, like, yeah, I'm glad he's fucking dead. Because of him, I lost a job. And people were like, go fuck yourself. Like, no one is taking the side of Gawker in the whole Hogan versus Gawker thing. I know there was this whole narrative that was pushed out there of like, oh, freedom of press. This is showing that billionaires can just abuse the press. It's like, come on. This isn't like fucking Trump going after CBS News or something like that. This was Hogan going after a fucking sleazoid quote unquote news organization, and the reason that Peter Thiel helped him was because Gawker outed him as a homosexual against his wishes. Like, they just like said, like, yeah, he's gay, or I don't know the context, but basically Gawker, you know, outed Peter, and Peter didn't like that. Like, what was the news justification to go and just out someone as being gay? And it bit them in the ass, and now Gawker is gone.
Himself, you know,
but apparently it's Hogan's fault.
At the very least, pay respect to the people who lost somebody, you know, to his family, to his loved ones. You know, I think that's.
I agree.
I think we can at least do that, you know. But yeah, man, outside of that, that's really all I have to say on it. It's like, you know, Hulk Hogan, Hulk Hogan is gone, passed away, 71. It's shocking, you know, it's truly shocking. I know it happens, shocking. It's life. Life moves on. But I think the wrestling world for a good while will be definitely be feeling this one, you know. I'm sure a lot of people, again, there's been an outpouring of people who have come out and, you know, given their reactions and, you know, paid their respects in a ways, certain ones. And yeah, this is a big one, man. This is a big one. This is a big loss in the realm of pro wrestling entertainment, you know, in the realm of, you know, pop culture, you could say, like I said, in the 80s pop culture. So yeah, so I guess I'll cap this off by saying, rest in peace. You know, I hope your soul finds rest wherever he may end up. I hope his family. I wish the best for his family, for his immediate family, his, you know, close friends, and what have you. You know, my condolences go out to his family, to his son, his daughter, to his wife or whoever it is he's with, and you know, to, again, his close friends and everybody who are adversely affected by this. You know, my thoughts and prayers go out to them, you know. And so, yeah, man, so we lost a big one today, you know, Hulk Hogan. No matter what you may think about him, and again, I'm not asking people to like him all of a sudden, or, you know, think that he's this great, upstanding individual, because he was far from that, from, again, the things we heard. And even I've had even I have had thoughts like that about it, you know, for all the stuff, all the things, again, that I mentioned before. But regardless of what you think of it, this is a pretty big passing, and yeah, it's going to be, this is definitely an individual who will not be forgotten, and I seriously doubt will ever be replaced in history. So that's pretty much all I got to say for that. So rest in peace to Hulk Hogan, and my thoughts, prayers, and condolences go out to his family and his loved ones. So that's pretty much all I got to say for that. So I thank you all for watching this video. Sorry if it ran kind of long, but I do, you know, I have a tendency.
This is actually kind of a short rant by his standards.
I have quite a bit of things to say here to get off my chest here. But thank you for watching again. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support you get. With that being said, that's pretty much going to do it for this video, man. Thank you for watching. Until next time, Russian Otaku, I'm out for now. See you guys later. Peace.
Wow, that was a much better, like, much more level-headed response than I ever expected that he was going to give. Ziggy reads tarot cards. Big Mad BHB claims Hulk Hogan was a woman. I'm sorry, what? Hold on. Okay, never mind. Wait, what is... Okay, this is just like a random... Okay, never mind. Oops, okay. Yeah, we're gonna go and call us. I actually have some stuff I gotta get going to, but... I mean, I am shocked that he actually presented a good and measured response to Hulk Hogan's death. I kind of expected him to give more of like a, oh, fuck him, he was overrated, he's a racist, he did, you know, A, B, C, and D, awful things, kind of poo-pooing or overlooking all of his accomplishments and influential work on the wrestling business. But no, it was, I mean, other than a few like inaccuracies here and there, I think that he actually did a good job. He did a fucking much better job than Phil did in remembering Hogan. I'll give him that. Although, you can make the argument, well, Phil wasn't there to eulogize him. But, I mean, it still sounded... His thing was a hell of a lot better than Phil's. Ah, well. Anyways, thanks everyone for stopping by. As far as more streams for this weekend, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow night because I will not be in a good state to stream tomorrow night. So I'm going to try to do something in like the early afternoon. I'm going to probably do another gameplay stream of Karma. I was playing it on Tuesday, and unfortunately I had to end the stream a little early because I had a family thing pop up. But that shouldn't be an issue. So I'll probably sometime in the early afternoon, I'll jump on for another stream for that. And then Tuesday might be a bit more Karma. We'll go and finish that story. And then, well, assuming I am interested enough, it's supposed to be a short game. I think it's only like 4 or 5 hours long. Of course, given my dumb ass, it'll probably take double that length. That's what happened with Deep Fear. But anyways, thanks everyone for stopping by. Hopefully we'll pop up tomorrow and on Tuesday as well. Shout out to channel member Hum Along If You Can't Sing Along. And I will see you all next time. And I do apologize for not multi-streaming. Freaking the service that I use, Streamlabs, is fucked up. I tried streaming earlier and I was getting, it was too laggy. YouTube was telling me it was laggy, and then when I pulled up on my phone, it was coming in super laggy, and then I quickly jumped to the Streamlabs Discord, and everyone was complaining, like, what the fuck? My YouTube multi-stream doesn't work. So I then realized I just had to pick one or the other, and I picked YouTube. So again, thanks everyone for stopping by. Sorry for the technical fuck-ups early on, and I'll see you all next time.